Now having to go all the way, a chance for their year to end.
We've got
right
2G
here.
on defense.
If they can't put
Sen
down
on
this tier
attack.
2 squad.
I'm excited. I haven't seen Sentinels for a while.
Pay attention to that.
Seeing a lot more frenzies at the moment getting bought.
It's going to give them some decent early info
Dude, the
here,
bomb card
especially
default.
as that
I was
firewall's
asking
about to
for
come down
this
here,
the
so
whole of
watch out
EMEA.
for that.
First round, I see it.
Curious to see how this new
Break
look
the Gen
and
G
John
turret.
QT playing the Phoenix is going to play out.
Yeah, it's very different styles.
5v5
for 2G.
retake,
They
keep
were
an eye on the
playing this
Lurk.
comp before, but the Viper's become less popular compared to this double duelist.
They got Viper
You'll see them play a
Wall
lot of these
for
kind of
retake on
rounds.
C.
This one, which is that C
So
retake
you're
wall
meant
set up.
to
But it's a strong post-plant position. But the paranoia
pinch.
and a stun
Pinch the back
available
of
to
sight.
fight towards CT.
Kind of means that
2G
you don't, in
already
theory,
playing
have to go
barrage, though.
behind that
Has
heavy.
a good pace to this retake.
Seeing if they can get in the action.
Fog Machine with the Prime Preset, 13 months, mate. Thank you for doing that.
Contact there by the IGL.
Thank you so much.
John QT playing the Phoenix, and once again, little jarring.
Wait,
Thought
they
it was a
run
bit of
out
a
of
technical
fuel on
issue, but
there?
no,
Did they
that's
have
what
the
we're
wall
doing
up the
right
whole
now, and
time,
it's
run out of
working.
fuel, and then they couldn't go
Cortezia
off
ends
the
up
first
getting that
wave?
kill off the side.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
They ran
and
out of
that is
fuel.
exactly what you want to see if you're a Sentinels fan.
Well, the
Okay,
John
the
Phoenix,
the comms
he's
on
already
that
3
are not
orbs
great.
off, getting an ult online. Really nice
They just
start
ran out of
from him
fuel. They had it
in
up
this
the whole
round.
time, and then they decided to go.
That's actually
And that
huge.
Omen flashing as the fuel
That's how he
goes
gets the
down.
first guy. I was wondering how he picked that one up
The
onto the
synergy
garage
is not
player.
there. I
But
think
as
I've
soon as
seen
they
enough.
lost that
It's a
control, that
2-0.
opened up Cortez. He was
It's
so
done.
patient on
It's
that
over.
Lurk. Comes in at just the right time and completely shuts down that retake for 2G. I'm interested if that heavy retake C style is something that we continue
What's
to
the
see
next
from
match?
them.
Yeah. What's the next match?
Playing with this Viper composition, you certainly can play
I'll
that
see you
way,
guys
but
tomorrow.
I think just
Hold
in
up.
general, this meta flooding works a lot better.
Oh, wait a minute. A little bit of a poke around the corner. John wanted to get frisky with it, but it ain't going to happen. He's all
What
right
an
with it. Instead,
absolute
it's
shot.
Cortez
Chat, you telling me it's
active
not done? Look at what's going
over
down.
here in Sewer.
You'll see a lot of this from him. He's such an active player on these Lurks. And maybe he had a bit of a lower game last week for SEN, but he was one of the most consistent forces, even in this kind of struggle of a stage 2.
Yeah.
Playing on that Lurk role. It's really him alongside that duo of Jerwin and Redux that has driven the wins for Sentinels.
We're talking a lot about Sen here. Now it's
All
a
of
question of
these shots are like relatively
2G
close, man.
to try and break through this. They don't really have a lot to work with. That one
Trust me,
paranoia
Sentinels
might
will
be
win
good
map
for them.
1 and then a
Smoke to maybe
different
give them
team
a
will
bit
show up
more
on map 2 and
coverage
3.
too, but
Wait,
it's
is that
gonna
what
be
it's been
tough.
like?
Yeah, I think they might just want to die to the
Wait it
spike in
out.
the end here. When you're playing against a Phoenix and John has already won off his ultimate, you do not want to let him snowball.
Nope.
It is so interesting to see him playing this agent, though. I think that when I've
I
been
have an
thinking about
aversion
Sen,
seeing IGLs playing duelist agents sometimes. I'm not crazy about it, so I'm curious what your perspective is of him playing the Phoenix.
yeah, it's less so the IGLing that surprises me, and more so that I feel like we've seen Jerwin and Redux build really good synergy playing the double
nice.
duelists
That's a good
together
point.
and going for that dive, but maybe some kind of comfort issue
Isn't it crazy
coming
how
up.
much better Redux has been
In
in
general,
the
I
Omen
do
over
think this is a
Duelist?
much better change. I did
Yeah,
not
Sen, I mean,
like the
Sen's
triple contact
pretty
jet
good at having
waylay chamber
Duelist to go
comp
to
they
Omen,
ran the
you
week
gotta
Marv
say.
was playing with them. So this is aligning a little bit more with the meta, even if it is unusual in who's piloting that Phoenix.
I think the good thing about it is,
2-0
from what I can
right
see
now
as
for
well,
Sentinels.
Jowen's like
Great
a
start for
very,
them. Now it's time to see what this 2G team
very
can
selfless
do to get some
duelist
guns
also.
online. They want to try and just end this as fast as they possibly can. Look for Gobert to start to get active here as well.
It'll be tough, though, against a run it back from John. That's the biggest tool that they have at their disposal in the Sentinels camp. Potential for a re-clear into mid. You see, Brink's in a position where he can paranoia. Gobert can slide off that if these players get close enough to make contact with the Sova.
2G, first round,
Go
want to prove
recon
they can
dart
hold
in.
B.
No
Three-person
sudden
from B.
movements quite yet. Still poking and prodding. See if anyone's going to give them something. And ends up not being the case here. So you don't get much out of this. But what you do get is at least just some intel. It's like, hey, we know that there's going to be some bodies here.
No one was jiggling towards A long, so
Feels like they have a
Cortez,
pretty good read on
like
this,
we
by
already
the way.
suspects this is the Sentinel site. He'll try and walk up on QCK, but gets caught out on
Like,
the jump peak. And
Kind of
that'll
look like if
immediately
the
call
alarm bot's
rotates
not over
from
towards
both
front
squads.
B, they know
Running
something.
back activated now. John QT trying to get inside of the site, doing well. But wait a minute, it's QCK who catches him. That was a scan that shows exactly where that running back was going to be located. And this is now
Prius
just going to be
couldn't
two
have picked a
players left
POV.
alive, dealing with the might of 2G.
Look at him, he's going for
And
recovery.
As I say that, it's
Trying to end
Jonah
strong.
P. He gets himself one
how's-
more. It's
how
now
has Jonah made
1v1.
this one doable?
Shenum, Jonah P, two veterans
It's
going
a
up
recon
against each
in
other
two.
here. Not the first time these two have squared off against one another. Shenum, of course, a VCT player, has been in this situation in the past.
Oh,
And he comes up
Relatively
huge.
unlucky with his peak there.
That's so critical to get that kill for Shenum.
He did great damage
Jonah
though.
was just a bullet away from getting this clutch across the board. I thought 2G's rotations in this round were very good. They played for that mid-trap play, didn't over-activate it off seeing the Blaze Wall, And we're in a great position to play this fast flood retake. As QCK very intelligently tucked and kited around that run it back. Still got risky, but it's a round on the board. It's
You have a
that
walk
Phoenix
pad
ult
too?
used.
Yeah, but it's
Without a wind to follow.
way too
And also,
loud.
too, important to note that this composition,
It is
this
way too loud.
composition Sentinels running, 2G has faced off against. They played a Fluxo or La Masia in the finals. They squared off against that double duelist comp. So one of the things in that game, they were getting run over on the defensive side. So it's nice to see them really button it up, give themselves a little bit more to work with. And if anything, I'm looking at Brinks because in that series we watched last from him, I was really impressed with Brinks. Curious to see
How fast does it go?
if he pulls off another big game today.
Dude, I don't know
Got a
the
nice
actual
spot
like
here with the
measurements of
frenzy in
it.
the corner, but it's
You know the
well
gym
cleared by
treadmills,
Cortez.
probably the equivalent of like a
Unfortunately
6
for
on
2G,
them.
despite getting that last
feel like
kill
they're
at the
normally
end, you
the
see
same.
what it's done to their money. Only Shenum, the player, to win that
don't know
one-on-one
if it's,
against
like,
Jonah.
actually done
It's
by,
a real
like,
gun into this round.
So
Bees
much is
or
put
what?
into that, Mimi, and it just further illustrates just how much these guys are going to be fighting every single round we watch. Because what's on the line here?
You don't like the
it's
save after
pivotal.
winning a
You got
round? Nah, I think it
long
always
journey for both of these
backfires.
teams if you want to make it the champions.
Like these kind of rounds here, even though you
Does
win,
manage to find one mark.
and then
It's
you
Gobera.
save.
He's gonna get out of dodge. Oh, can't get
I
out
always
of there
find
fast
that like
enough.
it makes this
Oh,
economy
Gobera.
too heavy
Go find it.
because you're essentially
Yeah, good
just
night,
ecoing
Gobera.
against it,
That'll
and it
open
makes
up
this
this
econ
C-side.
too heavy.
You talk about those implications
it's just a
for
snowball, man.
Sentinels. I think that weight sits on them heavier because
Yeah.
of the this team is here. Sen was good in 2025. They made top 3,
Like,
top
look at this.
4 every single
Because of it,
stage.
Jonah's now going to
Made it
be able to
international
have an
events,
ult,
but couldn't get
and then
it
they're
over
going
the
to go
line
up against a
teams
big
like
buy, which is
G2,
going to be a
teams
must
like
win for them
NRG
because they
towards the end of
saved
that
for
year.
it. Sure, they
They
maybe get an
blew
op, but at the
everything
same
up
time they're
and
going to be up
had to
against a
continue
Sova ult and
throughout
have
this
no
year,
ult their own.
making changes away from Kaplan towards even
And
more new tier 2
then they have to
talent.
win
Yeah.
But
2,
now this
maybe
is
even
like the
3 in a
event that
row.
we've been waiting for.
to break the
them trying
econ.
to qualify for champs. And they're in the worst possible position to do it from.
Yeah, and really coming into play-ins, I was actually excited for Sentinels, even though they had quite a loss streak making their way into this.
Yeah.
I still felt optimistic. because
Haste
I
with the
was
prime.
liking
Appreciate the
what I was
22
seeing.
months. Thank you for
But
that.
I think that now that we're at this point here, competition is just only going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. The desperation, all these like big plays. You got to remember, you're going up on the other side against a 2G with guys
Okay,
and
I mean,
third round pickup for
let's
Sen,
see.
but you're going
It just
up
means
against
that they
these
have
guys,
to win
FRG,
this round.
QCK,
They legit
right?
have to win it.
Shenum, Gobera, they've been in the VCT before. They've played in these high stakes matches, but the question is whether or not they're able to win these big ones, you know?
There you can see the stat. This is John QT's
Sideshow now an
first ever time
EMEA
playing Phoenix.
caster?
in
Nah, he's just hosting EMEA for a
589
week.
games. That is crazy.
All right, Waze, I see you. Hitting us with the numbers. That's that is a stat 100%, but we'll see what we end up getting here. So far, so good for John. I mean, hell, I'm liking what I'm seeing on the Phoenix, but still so much more left to play.
Yeah. Playing this kind of composition, it's something that I think does suit Sen's style. I like any map where we get to see Jerwin on the Neon. I felt bad for the kid last week. He had such a good performance in that map 1. Felt like it was kind of wasted. But with an IGL Phoenix, let's take a listen to how
I
Sen's
feel like the
comps
C
really
orb's got to
sound.
be pretty
I'll go one way for you
tempting.
guys. Can I wrap it? I'll clear it.
They will.
I have no smokes for 10 seconds. I'm one wing now.
I'm going C long.
I'm all in.
Okay, the turret C.
Heard,
Run.
I'm gonna get my ult.
2B, 2B.
Should be Viper Omen, Viper Omen.
Can I
C
get
is
my
weak,
ult
C is
for
weak.
Okay, you can, you can.
Speed up, speed up.
I broke the turret.
I'm gonna molly this, I'm gonna molly this.
Heard. I'm blinding tunnel.
Blind.
Blinding.
Give me the bomb.
I'm off. We're orbed up, boys. Can be close.
Give me the
Hold on.
bomb. Give me the bomb.
Soak in CT.
Yeah, I can I'll flash, I'm flashing high. 3, 2, 1.
There you go.
Backward. One more.
Dead.
One more, should be one more Omen. Dead.
Backside.
Don't kill me.
Sorry.
Care garage.
One more.
Care
Don't kill me, but I died.
garage.
Caging.
Care garage.
Caging. I have it.
You can
I
just
have
wait.
one walk. I have one walk.
Alright, I have garage now.
I have camera first bomb, okay?
Could flank window on timing.
Mm-hmm.
They like to save.
Excited
Yeah.
bomb too. Give me a Vandal. Bro, all Phantom players?
Oh, Gabriel.
This can't be real. There's only Phantom players.
Garage is a gap. Do we see Neon?
I'm leaving you. You should watch behind you, Jerry. I have camera first bomb. Okay, watching behind me. Please, someone buy Vandals, please. Exiting. There's a Vandal here. You want it? Actually? Yeah, it's in my house.
Okay.
You guys.
What's going on over there?
Sorry. You want to start digging?
I've made that joke many times. Well played, though.
Just a desperate plea. I love everything that round from John.
We're still going on, dude. I felt like
Squeaky,
it.
please
I
don't
felt like we were
kill me.
intruding
Yeah.
at
He's
one
getting
point there,
so
man. It
vaulted
lasted
on
for
the
like 20
exit.
seconds longer than it should
I
have.
love it. But that was really, if we talk about the actual execute though, what a thing of beauty.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
clean.
great. Way to get in there. Just everyone knew exactly where they needed to look. They had their protocols all set. I mean, this one right here, the flash around
Yeah,
the
the timing of
corner,
the
the
Phoenix
relay
was
bolt
insane.
over
It's
to
like
the corner
literally
there
just as
too. Like,
QCK
oh,
wanted
man,
to
that
swing
was
out.
great. Loved all of that.
All
Keep
pass
doing
and
that,
C-hole, by the way.
Sentinels,
They
and
got
I
one
think you
kill.
continue to add.
They're still giggling.
They're still giggling. Bunch of giggly boys up there.
Sorry,
All right.
it was Jerwin who was almost killed by the Sovol, not John. But other way, I liked how controlled they were in that round. Up 4-1 now, and
They
we're
handled it
behind
well, yeah.
into this op.
It looked like the
we had
original
last round.
plan was
Didn't
like
get to
cool, just a little
activate
before the
whatsoever, as
listening.
that save, that tendency
They're
2G
already all decided with it.
was being noted by Sentinels. Didn't get anything this round. It's Shannon instead who opens onto Jerwin.
Yeah,
Massive
that's what I'm
pickup.
saying, man.
We wanted to see Gobert with that snipe. They're
But
gonna
yeah,
go away
you only
from
have
him.
yourself to blame for that.
If
You did the
anything,
scouting on
Cortezia might
Sideshow.
run into him, but don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case. Actually, they are looking to favor this side here. Try to see if they can get more info out of this.
Yeah, in the Sunset map that they played in their last series, I thought that
The scouting's
the
to
operator
blame.
was the big key to them figuring out their macro.
Haven
there.
was fire?
They did a
Ah,
much
bruh,
better
I
job
was-
of getting
I was
Gobert
in
on
TMV's
active
chat
angles on one side of
using
the
him
map
to,
and being able
I was
to
farming him
light
for
his
prime
attack
subs and
elsewhere.
everything.
Here it's even a
Making
sneaky
jokes,
position from FRZ with that
And
bandit.
then it got a little
sewers.
awkward.
He didn't want to give up any info there, so Gobert, smart,
Then he lost a
smart,
lot
but
of rounds in a
FRZ,
row.
The bandit kill's nasty, and that's actually going to give them a weapon to work with potentially if they can go and grab that. But they won't worry about that right now. Right now, the objective, worry about B
Keep an
site
eye on
as it was
C, though,
currently getting attacked by
'cause-
John QT alongside
what's on?
Cortezia, but there's Shenham
say,
for the
actually have
pickup against
potential
his
with the C.
Brazilian compatriot. Redux, last one left alive. A rifle in this kid's
Locking
hand
in.
usually
Good luck, man. Good luck.
will net you at least 2 frags,
Wait, you
but in
play
this
tomorrow, right?
situation, it's going to be so tough. He got the spike over yonder.
Good luck,
It
man.
ain't happening. Good try, and 2G's
Wait, do you play
back on the
tomorrow or
board.
do you play
And
the...
there's some of that individualism
after.
from 2G. I feel
Upper
like that
bracket
was
plays
lost
tomorrow,
a
right?
little bit in their last series.
Okay,
but when
okay.
you watch these guys play back in Brazil, when you watch them play that
Hey, BBL
grueling
and Keiko have had a
BO5
long time.
against Shopify to get here, you saw the talent
Yeah.
on this roster. So many of these players have had opportunities in the past, have been there for some of the lows of Brazilian Valorant. You think to 2024 MIBR when
Actually a gun
FRZ
for all
was
of
there.
them
You
here.
think of even 2G last
might be
year
back
for
with that.
Gobera.
Because of the
have
weird
this
save that
second chance to be able
happened
to
here after
play
them
against
winning,
VCT squads
the money
again
just became incredible.
and show that old self.
No one
that's not
died
you.
here.
It's a
No one
huge
died on this round
opportunity.
here as well, and they picked up guns.
Wait a minute, Gobert's
We
got
get
the
2-3
line,
buy
and
rounds
he
in a
gets
go.
the shot onto Jerwin. He's going to also take out the run it back too, so you're
Peek
not going
out
to get
garage
much
here
out of
after a
that
double kill is madness.
either. And this is just going to continue to be a great stop here for 2G, thus prompting this movement. And I really just like just how quick they are with the responses on everything. It makes it so difficult for Sentinels.
And I think the solution again was Gobert is off, but maybe the
QCK's
other
had
side
a
is Cortez.
disastrous
Second
round.
round in a row. There's a Lurk in
Even
to
the
see, but he
the
needs more
decision
this
making
time.
from the
And
beginning
second
is
fight
like
against Shannon, he wins that too.
insane.
Cortez keeps
Bro,
going
C
and
looks
Shona
so
arrives,
weak
and
right now.
Sentinels, they've got a post
He
fight.
actually looks insanely weak.
And I think that this is very well going to be
One
curtains
round they
here
had
if you're
4
not
here, they
careful. I
lost.
don't
They
think
killed
Gobert
1.
wants
This
to
round they
feed
have
the
3
beast in
here.
this
They
instance.
killed 0.
They put a lot to preserve this op, and they really haven't gotten all that much value
Yeah.
out of it.
Sen said it in the listen, and I think 2G saves too much, honestly.
Yeah.
You kind of get backed into this
They
corner when you
save
see
too
the op
much,
in such
okay.
a win condition. But look at the implications of this round. You lose here. The Sentinels ults are starting to work around the corner. They get their money in a great spot, and they start to really take control of this half. It's a tough one to concede, especially after getting that lovely opening pick from Gobera back towards
Didn't
A.
even want to
Yeah.
shoot it just out of there.
Put a little fear in them. Made them think that there was potentially a push. And behind us, I just heard someone squeal, but I don't quite know what they squealed for. It was a SEN player.
The round win, of course.
I hope they're okay. 5 rounds, though, for Sentinels. And picking up some big ones here. And even though you're getting 2G here and there, they've been able to add a couple more to the defense. It really has been Sentinels dictating the pace of this game.
Is the SEN comp not counting the Gen G
every
comp?
single
I mean,
moment
I would say
to
it's good against
play
it.
that happens.
I wouldn't
And
say it
2G,
counts as it.
I mean, at this point, you kind of need a reset a little bit here.
Yeah.
It
Most
might even be
people,
worthwhile
most
to
people
bounce. I guess
say
they call it time.
when they use
And they
like the
will.
chamber,
I
it
think the
counts
biggest
as it
thing
because
that they
you
need to figure out right now
prioritize
is
yourself in
what is
front
their
of the
approach to C?
Viper wall.
Because in most of these rounds we've seen the Viper and the Killjoy are able to flood backside together.
You can do
but
similar
they're
stuff with a
losing these
Cypher.
fights before anyone else can arrive.
You can like double
Part of
trip
that
and
reasoning
stuff,
is
or
that
do the
Gobera
camera in
has
front.
normally had the op over towards A, so you don't have that fast neon flood into the site. When
Is
you
there
look
a
at
crowd?
other
There is
comps
a
like
crowd, yeah.
Sentinels, for example, they would normally have at least one of those duelists on a quick rotation to help fight back in, or maybe in Sense Comp, you'd have those default Cypher cages to help with your Flood retake. But 2G doesn't have those tools, other than maybe using the Viper wall on the site. So I'd like to see them rethink how they're defending this site. Maybe play heavier towards Garage and look to play a retake setup on C like they did on the Pistol or elsewhere. Try and get active earlier in these rounds. I think that just sitting back, their anchors are getting cooked right now on that C site.
Same problem that they had last time. And if I'm Sentinels and I'm watching the VOD from last time,
he's still pretty good,
against,
man.
was it Furia?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing the win con here. I see the vision. And that's exactly how Sentinels are playing this. They know
The
that
Killjoy's
2G
looking
don't
like a
really
bad
like
pick.
passing that 50-yard line.
With the Killjoy,
and they like
in
to
theory, you don't need to play
a
as
little
heavy
bit more of a
B as they
conservative
play.
style. You just can't do
Like,
that
the
here.
good thing about the Killjoy is you got
show
info,
some
you got
willingness
wall,
to
you
go
got
and
molly
get
to stop the
active,
original
just like what
plant, and then you
Gobera's
can kind of
doing right
fast
here.
flood in
Could
after
be
that
just
happens.
what the doctor
They're playing
ordered.
like
The
numbers
question is whether or
in
not
B,
Cortezia gives
even
it
though
to
they
him,
can
and he
stop the
does.
original
So
plant.
Gobera is able to get that
It's not.
first kill.
It's not
That's
the
good
norm.
news.
It's as simple
Also,
as
they
that.
did
Bring the op to C,
they
bunker
did
the
to
A
shock
site with your
the
Sentinel.
Molly I
that's
was
an
talking about
opener.
though.
Sentinel's hands pretty
They might
much
wanna put
force
the
her to
molly
exec
deeper back.
into this A site. Brinks is here, Paranoia in
Keep an eye on
hand,
the
ready
server,
to
pushing
stall.
over
The Neon
towards
has
mid
arrived
after
as
losing
well.
A as well. They got a lot of info right
It's a
now.
lot of damage done to the Neon there.
Dude, big
And that damage is
play.
actually going to end up really paying off. Brilliantly done by Brinks. Shenham's able to get his as well. Leaving just one player left. It's Jonah.
Nice, man.
And QCK lives up to the name. Quick work there.
I love that TP from
Yeah,
Brinks
it's
in
just a
that
little
round.
more,
The second
more
that
active
exec's
on the
coming
side
in, he
here.
hurls his Paranoia, goes into that close right corner, and
Guessing
completely
Sen went
obliterates
B a
his
lot
players.
last time they played. Yeah, probably.
Look earlier in this
Especially
round,
with the 3
it's
pass in
that
the beginning,
operator
right?
coming online. Cortezia, he has been so free to be incredibly proactive on these lurks early in rounds. This time, an operator in position, an early punish, and Sentinels have to play into a disadvantaged execute.
Cool. That's how you survive.
Yeah, Lurks have been something that has continued to hurt this 2G team. Cortezia, familiar with these players, having just played in either the same league, same
Yeah,
system,
another C
played against
push.
them many times, knows their tendencies, even teamed with
The
Gaps
instant
over,
drone
the
from
coach
Garage
of
kind of
2G
tells you
for a
they're
little
playing
while.
retake
So
on
That was
A
way
pretty
back
early.
when.
that was way back
You
when.
wouldn't
but there's,
try
you know,
get
there's
info
that
like
familiarity
this
that exists
if
here
you
that
full had full
you
info
know
here
he's
and
a
like full
threat.
info
You know
here.
2G got that in the back of their
They
mind.
know
Like,
that
you got to take this
they
dude
know
out,
that A's
otherwise
free
he will cause
because of this
problems.
drone.
More recently wearing the
you
MIBR
would
colors with
imagine.
Shenom as well. It's a familiar match, up against a lot of characters from his past. Is Sen this time will just walk their way into the B site. No Paranoia this time. It has to be a full
Same
retake
molly
for
after
2G.
getting shocked. That's pretty bad. They should put a
My
deeper
eyes
molly
continue
back
to stay
here.
on Gobert
He
on
has
the
no
flank.
friends with him. Briggs
No.
just TP'd in alone. He thought it was just a spike planter, and that could turn this round on its head.
And that does happen sometimes, where you want to go for that big play, think you have the opening, but it does
What's
not
the
work
Omen
out.
doing? Yeah, a little
I'm
bold on this one.
mindful of what's
I think
happening over
he,
here on the flank. You can actually see the
honestly, I
way
don't really know,
that
to be honest.
Sentinels are playing this one out. Cortezia, wise to it, did not want to allow any opportunity for 2G to get back into this one. But FRZ could have other plans. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do all that much. It will be tough
This
to
is
get
pretty
in there
bad
with
from
the Odin.
QCK
It'll
though.
be tough to make
Molly
that
gets shocked
defuse
beginning of
happen.
last
You
rounds. He
don't
keeps
have
the
the
same
util
molly.
to do it. You don't want to spend that
You
Viper's
gotta
pit,
do it a
so
little further
that is gonna
back.
be
They
the
go in,
round
they
given
commit to the
and round
plant.
earned to Sentinels.
You hear the
6-3.
plant, then you pop the molly.
Another save for 2G.
Far enough away that they don't.
Feels like the fourth time
don't
this
hear
half
it.
that's happened.
And he should be
But this was
changing
the
it
pivotal
anyway, just
moment.
purely because it got
Briggs, he thinks that because his Viper wall is up, it's
just
only
purely
one
'cause it
player
got,
in the site planting, and he has
shocked
an
last round.
opportunity to make a play.
Yeah.
He misreads it. The Neon's already made his way out. John is there to support with flashes, and as soon as your Omen dies that early, this retake becomes infinitely more challenging.
They're going
come
for the
up with.
old school
I
Viper
think
ult
Brinks was
short.
hoping to get
No
on
way.
top of the box there. It wouldn't have mattered
seen
either
this
way
for a
because that
while.
guy had nothing impeding him, so he would have popped him no matter what. But even all that, everything just
The
that could have
C9
gone wrong
classic.
in that play went wrong. So they're
With
going
the
to need to
alarm bot
recover
in it
here.
as well.
And one way to do so, go ahead and chop off the sewers. Yeah, I dare you to make your way inside of here.
They're
Get
trying
dirty.
to
It's
a good little
funnel
bait over
Sentinels
towards
right
C.
towards this operator. But
Maybe
they've already
into the
spotted
loving
it
hands
out.
of Brinks.
Ah, you gotta think
yes!
about it,
He's
Joe.
gonna
And
get one,
why is he
but
risking swinging out to
okay,
break
John
a drone?
handles that problem. I was
he's not paying
worried
for
for a minute
someone.
there that it could have gotten turned on, but it worked out.
It was scary, that's for
was
sure.
scary.
But look at Cortezia again. He has been so
Like,
proactive.
if this
on
guy
these lurks. They
realistically-
have a drone to get him out.
This guy's realistically
Will
on his own
back
here.
away,
He's gonna fall
at least
back
for
to
a
like
moment.
here, and he's gonna
As
shoot it.
Sentinels again look to end towards
Because
this B
he's
site.
swung out and shot the drone early before it
Lots
checks the
to do
corner,
here
you
for
know
QCK.
someone's in the corner.
Also has that
Yeah,
lockdown,
he wasn't
so
really
be
putting
mindful of
one-on-one
that.
together.
Can't lose his life here. Turret's done. There's another player behind that wall. And, of course, the Odin, so you got to deal with 100 bullets coming out of that bad boy. But QCK backs up. And they're going to try and read this one out. Look, though. Look at Shenum getting busy.
It's not worth the
This is a
risk if
brutal
no one's in
angle for
cubby
Gobert
to
play. He's
swing
worried
out
about
shooter.
garage and long. This becomes a game of timings for the Opper.
Cortesia.
The timing on this.
Surely marching his way in.
Oof.
Gobera,
I thought it was
unsure
good.
where this is going to come from. He has to watch, as you
Might
noted,
s-
2 different angles.
Oh, mate.
Here it comes down. He's actually going to be right in
That's so
front of
lucky.
him.
He
And
spent a long
that
time looking
is
at
a
garage, though, in terms of the
massive
timing
stop
of him
there,
not looking at long.
preventing Gobera from being able to just put a stop to that slow push into C. Now,
Killjoy,
good news
oh,
here
they
for
plant
this
good.
2G
There's no
team.
vision
They
block.
got
Oh,
that
that's a
locked
lie.
up.
There
They
is
can-
vision
They
block.
can try and force these players off site.
But
They're going to have
Cortez
to
is
deal.
staying.
Oh, he gives him a
Uh-huh.
smoke
He's
backside.
got a little nook.
Nice.
I like the smoke for him.
Yeah, that's
He's
good
going to
smoke.
buy time on his own. How much can he do?
He gets one. That's enough. And they have the
Big
stall.
recon after this as well.
It's going to be one shock, another paranoia, and it's now time to go Burr, but it's going to be up to Jonah. Clock is ticking. You got to do this now. That's first kill confirmed. Second one, you got to start defusing this one, but need to at least get it
Lovely
to
little
half as
jiggle.
it continues to tick forward. Jonah has to poke around the corner, but
Nicely done from
QCK
Jonah.
gets the kill, but it don't matter. The timing was there.
Vesnol,
Job was
thanks so much for the
done,
prime.
and
Appreciate
that's
the
the
3
7th
months.
round for Sen.
Really like the
Red
smoke
Bull
they did
clutch
back
there
at
for
site. That
Jonah
was
P
awesome.
in the 1-on-2. He plays
Gave
that
him
well
a lot
from
of
long.
space to play with.
It's a game of inches here, but
Made sure that
I
he
think
could
the
isolate
critical
the
point
duel
of this
over
round
towards
is that
garage.
kill on Gobera. I don't love him having to play that angle where he's committed, having to watch garage
Aiken,
and
stop
long
complimenting
alone with
Prius.
an operator.
I'll time you out right
They're
now.
very reliant on him holding these extremities, letting the rest of the team fight together. But Sentinels making that call to contact into him, have the perfect punish on the Opper, and make that retake nigh impossible.
Yeah, they've been really brilliant at just avoiding where, I was going to say, avoiding Gobera, but in this instance, shutting him down as well. He had to make a plan happen. He had to
anti
make
in that,
something
maybe?
happen with that
Maybe just
overdrive.
because it's been pushing towards C
gets
long enough,
nothing
what's
for
been
it.
winning them rounds.
I like this read a lot from Sentinels. He doesn't have money for an op. He has overdrive. They read an aggressive play. Look how passive their positions are. They were ready for that, be it the play through mid, a play
That's
down
true,
C long.
Bacon. I'm getting
They
jealous
wanted
out
to
here.
receive him, and well, now FRZ, he feels like he has to do something. His team is down a man, but Sen's just waiting for this play. They're waiting for this mistake.
Ooh, little worry there. For a brief moment, Brinks kind of was out of position, but was able to get out of dodge. And the neural theft is simply just going to be annoying because now it's like
Send
all
it
this
over
info that
towards
they were
A.
denying
UCK, mate,
Sentinels,
good
they're
luck.
just going to get it here for free. What do they do with it? As the push starts to come forward, John's there to back his boy up.
Oh no, the timing!
Oh, that is
God.
unfortunate. Takes out Brinks. He can't get away. He can't go back over to his teammates to join him with the TP. And that will allow them to put that spike down. Only 2 players left, but Shenum and FRZ, they can certainly make it happen. I mean, look, I was up here yesterday casting one of the craziest 1v5s ever, or 1v4 I've ever seen in my life. So anything's possible in this game.
But GV, it's 2G.
It's true.
They're gonna save.
They're
Whoa.
gonna save.
They love saving.
You're so right, Mimi. Look
Have you
at
seen Have you seen the price of eggs these days?
I know, the economy's tough out
It's
there.
actually
Dude, in
not
a
that bad anymore.
2v3
Yeah,
at
yeah.
3-7.
Kinda
The
expensive.
chicken thing ended, you know, but
The
then the
chicken
inflation
thing.
happened, and then at that point we were cooked.
Anyways, they're gonna save again.
I guess
And
it
this
is a smart
economy
thing
has a
to
good
do,
thing
but
about it. But of course, this
One
I
point
don't
you gotta
know.
go
I
for
would
the
have
hero
liked to see
round, I
them
think.
try and play more of these rounds out. I mean, this one even became a 2-on-3. Sure, look at your
It's over.
money.
Oh, yeah, but
You're gonna be
imagine they
kinda
got him
chalked
off the
going into
server.
the last round.
we could actually
But I
tap the
think
spike
they've
here and get out of them. It
slowly
might be
lost
well.
this game to attrition, in part because they haven't taken any risks.
Yeah. And you know, if you're 2G, you are really bummed out because that ascent was so good for you. And Sen
Like
knew
the way
that.
they
timing.
play, they trust in their buy
Sen knew
rounds.
that, and that's why they banned
It's the
that
fact that
thing
their buy
first.
rounds
They
haven't
did not
actually got
want
them
to
that
let them
much.
have an in on this game at
Yep.
all. And even though Haven historically has been decent for 2G, this defensive side has really been struggling.
I think it's a great advantage for them, though, to let 2G pick this map, knowing they have a far less troll comp ready than what they were playing last time.
Yeah. And who knows if we would have been on Ascent. I mean, the way that 2G play that map, I mean, they bully their opponents. So anything is
See what I
possible
mean? Like
there.
if someone's in that corner and
Little fake
they're
play
swinging the
towards
drone,
Fast lane activated.
This
just
time
to
it's
kinda give them
solo,
the
so they
idea
play
that
away
wanna
from the
push
drone.
out.
2G aren't overcommitting to this, but look at that swing towards A long.
Dude, he hit a
Jump
double
is Jonah.
first one.
Did he get this kill onto Brinks? Tracking was close, but the Omen gets away with his life for now as Redux will look to activate now on A.
FRZ That's such a big play here to make.
Mate,
He
a
saw
lot of
foot.
bunker defaults on
He
this.
saw that big old foot of Cypher, but it
In
ain't
the A
enough.
game we
He's
watched,
clanging
could
and
use some of
banging. He
this.
ends up getting the kill on him.
It's been
And
non-stop.
that actually opens up this A site.
Pressure over towards
provides
C, insta hit
another
over towards A.
opportunity
It's
for
just been
Sentinels
spamming the whole
to
time.
add to that win column,
Keep an eye
add
on
to that
spawn.
attack column rather. And they've been
Ooh.
great in all of these
Has to
plays,
be-
but just that
Has
is
to be
an
close enough to hear him run
unfortunate
away
pick
there.
Look at Jonah. In spawn with an Odin, was waiting for that flank. 2G calls off it. It'll be everyone through CT together trying to get this done.
You got no other choice. You got to make this happen. It's round 12, last one in the half.
Gotta
You
save
gotta
this
do
one, yeah.
something here.
Gotta save this. Just let him have the 9-3.
Redux around the corner, but that's Gerwin and Redux. They get themselves a couple. Gobera up top, can't do anything about it. 9-3, Sentinels start strong.
Yeah, they're all over them on
Rough
this map.
attempt at that retake from 2G.
Not even close.
I think a little bit of a disconnect. The Viper late to rotate over as this first iteration of the fight was coming in. And then by the time they're actually playing the retake, even if it is man down, the Neon is still in heaven. 2 other players are coming out through spawn, and SEN clean it up easily. This was a good look half from them. They're up 9-3 as we head to the break.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick pause for the cause. When we return, question is Sentinels going to lock this thing up, or are we going to start to see one hell of a comeback from 2G? You don't want to miss it.
They're locking this up. I hate to break it to you. It's locked. Gorilla has a quiz in the break. Apparently there is a player who is 0 to 26 in clutches. Yeah, but he could just be insanely unlucky. Or just saving all the time. What if they're unwinnable clutches? He's just very unlucky. All 26? I mean, maybe not all of them, but... Thoughts so far? I mean, it's a stomp, man. 2G are struggling. Dude, when you have 4 on C site and you can't hold the site, something's wrong. You're not peeking the right angles. Like if you just let's wait for the interview.
I want to ask you, with all of your experience, what do you think is the most challenging thing about IGLing?
To be honest, it's really hard to like pinpoint one thing, but I would say having to be like 100% every game and not being allowed to have a bad game in IGL, because it will impact the team a lot. And also on top of it, being like play well individually and be able to execute your role.
Well, you're one of our fragging IGL, so.
That's why it's hard.
Welcome back, everyone.
Like even the C site run they had, they're instead of like turtling back a site,
by the way.
they're why am I drawing this so small? Say this is like plat. This is
going into the half.
here. This is logs.
I like
instead of just holding passive, they're like swinging out here, and these guys can't play off of these guys. Like they play so individually. They had 4 back a C. These guys are swinging here, giving them jewels fast. And what are these two meant to be doing? But if you passive holds, they start going out into like this box, then they're wrecked. The simple crossfires. They don't play well together.
It's been a part of that system for such a long time.
They just take jewels and then they just let them. They take jewels that are so unnecessary. If they just wait a little bit, wait until they're like in committed boxes, they're just done.
Entire year and some change. You know he wants to get a dub for the Auric here, but so does John. Lots on the line here. Gerwin just reading this playing slow. Hello, peekaboo. I'm going to run away from that. Thank you. I do not want to deal with the full might of 2G around that corner, but he does have some assistance now. And even though he does manage to only get 1 out of that, that's still just such a great read from him. But as all that begins to unfold, it's going to be a 3v2. You got 2G. They are just doing everything they can to suss out where these last 2 players are going to be. But they're moving this one across A.
Yeah, the round gets quite weird.
Look at that camera.
FRZ getting past the rest of the team. Now in a really strong position to try and end this
Prediction
one.
for tomorrow.
He has to play his cards patiently, though. If he
I think
dies
BBL
early,
wins.
this becomes a lot easier for SEN to get back in.
He's hanging out over
I think
toward
EP beat K-Corp personally.
Then you got Shenham on that flank.
Mate, whoever wins that game is in an incredible spot. Like, no matter who wins that game, like, they're on for the run. Both of them have to get top 2. They're actually like 1 game away. It's insane.
Very, very difficult. You might be taking another journey to heaven, if you know what I mean. But in any case, Brinks continues. Just put that pressure up there, not giving him any opportunity. FRC loses his life. Thankfully, classic right click is always there to bail you out. Cortesia, last one with 13
nice
HP.
trade on that.
Does
Really
not happen, and 2G can breathe a sigh of relief. They got a pistol me.
DRX are
nice
sharper.
commitment from them that round.
I sadly think
like
DRX is going to win,
that
man.
initial trade on B, how hard they commit to that A split call.
I've got to accept the DRX are back.
Saw this slide coming in from Gobera. He gets the opener, stays alive for a little bit more as FRZ manages to claim that space. And as soon as the
they
map
went for
is
triple
blown
duelist
up
on
like
every
that,
map.
and you're
I'm
in
not
a
sure they deserve to be there, but they recovered well.
It's so hard for Sen to
They identified the issue, which was having no info senti on 3 site maps.
Needed. But Sen have a little
And
play
they
cooked up.
corrected it.
This paranoia, this player's waiting for it.
Uh-oh. Time to go. Don't want to deal with that. Quick,
The
make
time
yourself
machine
hidden.
is back.
It
It
works
really
out.
is, man.
2G able to hold
That should
off
look
that
good.
aggression, and I give credit to Sentinels for just trying to make a play happen in that moment. You don't have a lot to work with, so you got
I'm worried
to
they go
see
to
if you can
champs.
get in their face, hit them with
That's
a
where
left
I'm
hook.
at the moment.
And it turns out that right hook from 2G was just a little bit better.
It really was. Now, John, just hoping and praying for some more orbs backside. The Phoenix lifestyle. It's really hard now that it's 7 picks.
I know. The struggle's real.
Abyss is back. Dude, they're such a good Abyss team as well, yeah.
Either way, this is a clean one for 2G.
Yeah.
Get the plant down,
And
have a nice reply
wait,
to
are
that
they struggling
trap
yet? I don't even remember them playing Breeze, to
There
be honest
you
with
go.
you.
Business as usual. That's the way it should be for 2G.
Yeah, give me a big buy.
Because they're able to secure themselves another, but let's not forget that was going to be an eco, so for Sentinels, now
they
is
weren't
their
supposed to go to
opportunity
champs, they came third.
slow down.
I mean, they had something cool then.
Yeah, and my big question for Sen in this series as a whole, we won't see the summit.
They went for
That's where it
something
was the
cool again,
worst
in
last
theory,
week,
or at least they thought it was
my
cool.
biggest issue with them for
Kinda
honestly, a
backfired.
few weeks now has been their
Dude,
passivity
double
on
Odin
defense.
fast buy?
They're
No
oftentimes
way.
so unwilling
Really?
to go for these active reclears, to go for these
Dude, it's
mid-round
kinda sick.
fights in the way that other teams
Where are they? One garage,
preferring to play
one
more
long?
into these set retake ideas. And I want to see that proactivity out of them, especially with the Neon Phoenix comp here.
They did not manage to drop that tripwire, so
Oh,
and won't
it's okay.
have to worry about that when it gets in there. They dumped a
Bit of
little
spam already
utility just to
on
see if they can
2.
remove some of that in the common spots, but I'll slow this one down
He
now.
doesn't
He
know.
doesn't know.
That Brinks is
And
gone
we
around
just
the
have a
corner.
big
This is
1v1
bit of a
over
weird
towards
situation.
B.
He could have a timing
Oh,
on
that's
Jonah.
unlucky.
Prince,
Oh,
I don't think knows either.
Wait.
Wait. Oh,
He
my,
disappeared.
He was right next to him.
They did a full 360 around each other there.
They really did, back to back, you know, like a movie poster. That was funny, but hey.
dude, double
he
Odin
gets
to
one, he
retake. I
gets
don't
the
think that's
other.
a thing.
Better for 2G, though.
It's a
4v3.
hell of a
You
start to
save,
a
right?
bonus round, though. This is a great
You did the
post fight for
2G
them to
against
be in.
2G and save. This guy should not be able
Double
to
Odin
survive
retake
backside
for
against double
Sentinels.
Odin.
Those bullets just flying up right below the legs of Gobera. FRZ now. Do they push this out? They do. And it's a slide out.
Damn,
and it
it's
don't
insane.
matter. Shenum gets himself two.
Something that has
just
been
like
annoying me a
that.
little bit, and I saw it today,
And
so I'm going to
right
speak
when
about
you
it.
think 2G, they're slowing
The
down,
fact
the
that
momentum's
players
starting to
recently
really
are
begin to
allowed
hurt
to
them.
survive
They
over
clocked 3
towards
in a row
here
like this, and they're
is
slowly but surely getting back
mental.
into it.
Absolutely
Really nice round
mental.
for
There is
2G.
no
It
angle
all
back
comes
aside
down
you
to
can
this
survive
timing
without
that
getting
Brinks
spammed.
gets. It's a big risk this early in a round.
We managed to see a
Just
spam
walking
today,
through
but
that
like
smoke.
before then, it was maybe what?
But despite the fact that it only
Been
ends
like
up being
2
1
months
for
where
1,
people
that
are just
diverts resources off
constantly
this
safe
C
back
site.
aside.
Let's
You
2G
can
get
spam
into a post
every
plan.
single line there.
And Sentinel's already calling a timeout
You
here.
got a double Odin, I feel like that has
Yeah,
to
wanting
get
to reset things
annihilated.
just a little bit, because the moment that 2G gets going, that momentum, it is difficult to stop these guys. You know, Brazilian Valorant, they come at you fast.
They do.
So if you're not careful, although 2G, as we've been talking about this entire time, though, they are one of the teams that will play with a bit more protocol, with a bit more.
Because it's so
slower pace,
spammable,
just to
people
see
don't
what
expect
they
you to
can
be
get.
there. But
Very
I'm
disciplined
telling you,
team,
there's
of
someone
course,
there every
lots of
single round now.
experience on that squad.
Yeah, I think that they looked quite good when they ended
We
up
need to go back to
being in
spamming it
big
properly.
team fights where they were the ones setting the expectation, where they were the ones initiating. I thought that's where they strived last week, but where this team struggled in my eyes is when they played these really slow rounds and their initial idea didn't work, how to navigate through that. I saw a lot of rounds that were coming down to kind of low info coin flip, just we're going to hit the site because we don't know what else to do at this point in the round because they've given us nothing.
Yeah, and for the most part, it works for them quote-unquote works for them, because they have such great aimers, and they're able to hit those shots.
Yeah.
But at this level,
Now they use the double Odin against them on attack.
All the time. You certainly can some rounds, but
double Odin on attack with an outlaw.
Challenger regions.
And that's, I think, manifesting no bigger way than
what does this game become?
Sentinel players with the pseudo Sentinel on the Viper on the other side, with Shenom and Cortesia, former teammates back on MIBR, familiar even earlier when they were both playing in Brazil Tier 2 before getting the call from that big org.
Pretty incredible to see the history of a lot of these guys and go through all the matches they've played, how many times they've all ran into each other. So the familiarity is most definitely there, at least for Cortesia.
Does Redux not know about the camera?
I also think about the young players on this team too, who going up against these VCT veterans, you know, in Gobera and Shenom, FRZ, as well as QCK. It certainly must be
gets a kill, he gets his
because you know that you're going up against guys who have been in these high pressure situations before, and this is as high pressure of a situation.
This has potential.
Can be for these young players on
4-person stack.
Some of those guys, they've had that moment.
All sheriffs.
It really just brings you, it's his very first time in Americas. Everyone
Jonah
else
P's
had
got a
in
recon.
this league. Everyone else had that moment. And
John's got a
I
flash.
think people critique Brazil sometimes.
Redux has an Omen flash.
Of the same players coming back, but there's
they're
a
trying to
reason
entry with double Odin.
Yeah.
But they're working into a stack here. 30 seconds. Makes me a little nervous, even on an anti-eco.
26-second cancel.
Taking their sweet time.
Neon's on his way already.
Really concerned about
they got a trip and one from B.
He's got that angle.
Oh,
he might be able to get 1 or 2 here. Slow down the momentum. The instant rotation starts to come in. They don't check the corner. Ay, Dios mío, this is falling apart in real time. Just when you thought that 2G was going to just go in, make a decisive play, it was Sentinels on the thrifty that outsmarts their opponents.
So remember when 45 seconds ago we were
probably with the
about
Omen
how
ult, they got to cancel that. I didn't know exactly how many he
and
saw.
then they just kind of hit a site low info late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened here. They had no time left.
Yeah, they didn't give themselves enough time, and they can't pivot C. They felt like they got no time. They got to go B.
Team fighting, and 2G just lose.
Yeah.
And I think that's a habit.
You saw 3 with the Omen ult, and mate, you got to get out of there.
When you're playing against lower tier competition, who
this is
will
also
give
why it's
you
important,
a lot of opportunities,
especially on these kind of rounds.
Will peak you.
That's why it's so important to do like 4-1s.
Just sit back
so
and
when
wait.
you cancel, you can take the space, and then you know that this space is clear, and then you can rotate back.
You know, try and push or do something that they're not supposed to do.
Why?
This is a different level
why
of
you
play.
gotta have a
This is
lurker
better
a lot of
teams
these times?
that are less likely to give you those chances.
And when they do, you notice it, and you take advantage of it. It'll be very tough here against Sentinels. Very disciplined team, regardless of the fact that they're a young squad. Lots of smart players here.
It's funny that I think in terms of overall stage games, the SEN core probably has less than 2G.
And
if you're averaging it out between the players. Cortez, nice off angle there onto Gobera. He's looking for a second on QCK. He's just good for it. Cortez has been a beast this game.
Maybe even get a third one here. Hunter's Fury gets activated. Pressure starts to get added. Shenom, though, is he going to get 2? Wait a minute. FRZ also finds Jonah with the Hunter's Fury off screen. And that's now going to have to prompt a little bit of movement.
This angle.
Oh, good. Jump peek after.
He's going again.
He wanted it. He wanted it through the wall. Now he knows. I mean, at this point, FRZ knows clock's ticking.
30 seconds left.
He'll try and desperately sprint A.
Plant.
See if he can get a plant down, but
Dude, Neon's such a nightmare, man. Look at it on the minimap. So annoying to play against.
And he is not ready for this.
So annoying.
Shot right to the chest. That will be Sentinels 11th. As they continue
being able to run fast
here, slowing down the momentum of 2G. And that
dude,
was devastating.
It does wreck so many things.
Changed the entirety.
It is a busted agent. It is a little bit of a busted agent.
They should not have lost that. That's what they felt. But they did.
All of your initial timings, man, just gone.
This is the outcome.
So annoying.
You know, cause and effect.
I liked it with 2G playing too slow. I don't think we fully saw it on screen, but they went back and took the time to pick up the double Odin that they've been running all half. It's brutal to play against on this map if you're a team that only has one dive character that likes to contact around into a late hit, that around multiple corners, there's a weapon that's just going to bullet tag you through a wall, spray you down as you try and exec. It's extremely unfun to play against, would be one way I'd put it.
Coach Gapshi is going to hit the pause button again. And that probably came after the back of Cortezio blowing a kiss. I'd do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point.
You don't want your players getting distracted.
No. I mean, look at that mustache. You kidding me? It's just, it's too much. It's too much.
I think you do rounds on some of the VCT Twitter I've seen with with those takes. Anyways, this went from a game that looked like a pretty
Reality, not a
chance
chance.
at a 2G comeback, winning that bonus round. So now the eco flips the other way.
No one can do it like
It's
him.
in the hand of Jerwin there, and
The complexion changes.
completely.
And really, I am a bit bummed out that we're
Blood
not
Woods that
seeing
even mean?
Gobera,
Where's that
who's
come from?
typically been lights out for this squad. Not get the value from the ops that he was looking for. Not a couple times, maybe here and there, 1 or 2 picks, but outside of that, I mean,
Yeah. I think it's kind of
Inferno,
a
I mean,
comp
yeah.
thing that when
That's
when
how
you're
it all
playing
started.
solo
It is
duelist,
actually
you just
Verno's
have
fault.
to make a lot of sacrifices when you're having your neon off so often. You saw the amount of rounds where he was having to save on defense instead of just looking to play the retake with the squad.
Okay, last
on
row go
attack
at
as
it.
well.
and you
And
have
a
so
slower
much to
start.
work with now in this round, Mimi. You got the run it back, you have overdrive available too.
Yep.
Kind of looks like they
You
just
still
won.
have
Looks
your
like they want to hit,
green
but this time it
trio
looks
of
like they're actually going to have the one.
Two Odins
They're
and
just
the
giving
off.
them an option.
That's just disgusting.
I think he spoke about the
You
fact
got
that they need
yourself
more
a full
options.
200 bullets to work with.
Yeah, what do you do? If
How much
Jerwin
damage
whiffs on
did
this
Jonah
op
P
angle,
got off
there's gonna
spamming
be
this wall?
Immediately an Odin spamming.
Did they stun
Scary
behind
to
this
get
as well?
across
Mate, if they
for
stun
2G
close
outside A lobby here.
and he just spams with an Odin after a
All right.
recon, it could be devastating.
Let's see what
Okay,
2G
nothing.
cooked up from the timeout. All
Oh
stacked up,
my
but as
God,
you
it
noted,
didn't even
Mimi,
need the
it
stun
was
with
going
it.
to be really tough to get through that, and Jonah P. peppers Gobera.
And it's Gobera dead. The two guys you don't want to lose there are Brinks on the smokes and Gobera on the dive.
Yep.
And with one of them gone this round, immediately becomes far more challenging. You have to play a
Bacon, do you
slower
remember?
round.
Do you remember
You have
trying
to
this
try
one?
and find a gap.
I remember
right
ages
now.
ago, 2021,
With
me
the
and
runner
Bacon
back there, it's so comfortable to play retake.
sitting on a server. I used to get him to.
They could just give this.
Oh, I got a
space
brim
and
stim
time
so that I
to
could
2G.
insta spam
Just go
this
ahead,
just to
guys.
see what it was
Have
like.
all the time in the world you
It was
want.
like 4
We're
a.m.
ready
We were
for
losing our
And
minds.
that's the look that
3
you're
a.m.
getting.
Yeah.
And a
He was
real
just
tough
throwing
one.
brim stims down just so I
Missing
could
Gobera,
Odin
as we
spam
had
just to
noted.
see like what kind of
It would have been nice
what
to
it would
see
do.
him be able to get that opportunity to activate that overdrive, but it was all for naught. And now we
Not
leave
worth using a
this
brim for, but
slow walk up right into the loving embrace of the
Still strong.
mustache. But he does. I thought he was going to get actually called out there. Does not. And they're ready for this. To run it back with the Odin.
but
that
look
is
at this space, the
diabolical.
Omen's
He's going for the
taken.
body back towards CT.
Nice, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Used the wall
okay,
against
smart.
him.
He knew
Actually
that something
helped him
was
out
up
with a
there.
little
He
wall
had
here.
to deal with that. And Brinks takes care of his mark. That's going to be 2 players left alive. Jerwin now thinks he could get something going with the overdrive, but suffers the same fate as Gobera. And that just leaves Jonah P, LMS, nothing to do. And that's
Nice.
3 for Brinks.
Sick play from Brinks there. They're down a man in
His
a
wall,
post
yeah, he
plant.
just
They
separated him. He
recognize
let it
them
have
in
it.
condition. Punish the
And
run
he
it
got
back.
distracted by the economy. Yeah,
I
it
think it was
sounds like
even
me.
a TP going back towards spawn. Gambling, there's not a player there. See it again in a second. There's
Early
his first one
Valorant
on
Fury
to
must have been
Redux.
so fun. Ah, it was so fun.
He charged
I would say
forward
the
just
Fury's still
after
pretty
this.
fun right now.
Ooh.
As QCK as well.
Anytime you can
Getting
just
work done.
have good
That
XX
was
and get
a
rewarded,
big round
in my
for
opinion,
2G
that's
to win.
fun.
That's what keeps them alive in this map.
Desperation for sure, but an important one for 2G. And now we get a little bit more speed, a little bit more pace here from Jerwin alongside John QT, but primarily Jerwin, and he's going to get himself inserted in a great spot. He'll probably just chill there for the time being if they feel like there's an indication they need to push, but starting to happen here. FRZ, he's
Didn't even
actually
get it
gets
rolling.
that first kill onto Jonah in the backside. That is not what you want to see happen. A lot to do for Cortezia
Good
here,
damage.
as he's going to get hit with the paranoia.
Oh, if
and
he
gets
actually held it down there,
absolutely
maybe.
obliterated.
What is
Gobera
that?
manages to pick one off as well, back defender
I
side,
will
and
say
that
they
is
got
the
to
round
eco after
here.
this unless they save these. So
And Redux, Jerwin, you got not
They're
much
getting
you
it.
could work with.
they're getting it believable. Almost
Wow,
there.
well played by
Yeah,
2G.
it really is.
They needed that. Again, these are all vital rounds that 2G needs.
It's how you build a comeback. Jonah P, I'm not sure if he
Jonah, he's slow.
thought
He's
there
slow
was
on
a
the.
smoke
He's slow on
at
the
the top of
scope,
long,
right?
you
or
gotta
just
just
felt
call
like
him
he had
out.
a timing, but he swings into that fast lane. There's 3 players looking at him, and
It looks like he's still
unfortunately,
learning the
Not
Odin.
quite the weapon at that range.
No. I mean, it's just... And then again, I've seen Brock do some stupid crap with that
I mean,
gun,
yeah,
so-
Brook
I don't
isn't
know.
as committed
But
as this
yes,
all the
you-
time unless he has
pretty
to
much
be.
in all instances, you are correct.
Cortez, though, had some struggles there as well. Had a lot of chip damage off the spam holding back sight, but when the cages fell, because of the very committed positions that SEN were playing off that early trap play, they couldn't actually rotate in
One
time
kill.
before the cages
He
dropped.
needed that gun.
And he just gets paranoid back sight. It's good execution from 2G, good trading to defend this fast lane. This is the kill I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Swings
wow.
in trying to pick that neon, and immediately there's someone there with Gobera's back. And that's just fortunate to catch the spam
Brock,
onto John QT.
he does sometimes commit, but I hope he scoped earlier.
Yeah, that was
even sometimes he jump scopes. But he'll definitely play like, he'll definitely chip you down before he commits like this.
Critical, right? No matter how you look at it. But it is doubly important for 2G just because they gotta get there. They gotta get in the game. They gotta get motivated and get themselves back to that point where they were when we've seen them on this map in the past be able to really leverage some of those like faster plays, or maybe just Gobera being a bit more proactive, as we talked about earlier. QCK wanting to be more in the action too.
Do you ever think there'll be a perfect exec, or will there always be a counter? I mean, maybe with ults there's like a perfect exec, but there's always stuff you can do in this game.
I think their game plan, their playbook, everything.
We definitely used to see teams like spam one thing. It doesn't happen that much anymore. Used to spam, like Paperx used to do it on bind a lot, where they used to spam like their fast B, and people couldn't solve it. They just go again and again and again.
Yeah, I think that Sen have lost these last couple rounds, not necessarily off any
People are a lot better at adapting.
Issue, but more so off of just
you also just don't see people try it as much anymore.
Micro team fights in the late rounds.
Yeah, like the Jonah P one, you noted.
Yeah, on that anchoring
like you lose that one person there and that whole site opens up.
I still think that with the style 2G is playing,
being so close to a monitor actually an advantage. I mean, if it helps you, it's all preference stuff.
The threat really is like this lurk wall.
For some of us, if we play that close to a monitor, we can't see anything.
That,
like a high sense, low sense thing.
This round.
Might be somewhat successful in that endeavor. Neon finally is going to break through, so Gobera has an opportunity.
Down to an eco.
They got the Trojan horse embedded. It's Redux with the hero
weapon.
Maybe
looking like Jonah saves enough for an op. Definitely will help against the Viper wall.
And surely, you check this corner. But I will lie, like we've been seeing a few times where those corners don't get checked and it ends up causing problems. Redux though, he's actually right at the door, gets two.
Hero gun goes crazy, 2 guns down. They could literally leave C site and just go pick up the double gun if they wanted.
To pick up both those kills. Now 2G have to try and make a play. They've won some man down situations already this half. This would have to be another. The difference though is backside, 2 players this time.
Can they get one between them?
Cortez's hand, that is still dangerous.
Okay, here you go. QCK needs to play this one out, but he gets caught with util in his hand.
Yeah, that's nice. See the what's kind of cool about this? Do you see the the pure difference in how they play these rounds?
4 players live.
Like strong holding back a site, letting them commit into the square instead of swinging out early before they get into the square. Like this was cool because we spoke about the earlier round that they messed up.
Immediately ready for that second position.
Like look how deadly being in that area is, man.
Wow.
And I think 2G just misread the situation at the end here. Thought the C site would be weaker. And Cortez catches a free kill.
Theoretically, it was weaker, Mimi. It's just that, you know, he shot him in the face.
It's Cortez with the sheriff, man. Nasty. I'm not going to his side.
He's nasty. But we go fast here. A little bit more pace. A little bit more urgency.
All the way back in spawn. Redux doesn't know. That's a free kill for Brinks.
Yeah, he's done that one a couple times. He likes to head all the way back into defender spawn.
Look at the minimap. This round is crazy.
Uh-oh. Get out of there. No,
it's a plant though, it's well.
He falls. But if you can get
3v5 is
Shenum in, I was going to say, where is Shenum?
Dude,
it's over toward A.
It's like not planning for either of these A guys.
Around. For now, this is QCK's round to win. SEN is also flanking.
Whew, what a round here. But an opportunity, as you noted, for QCK. There goes the Viper's pit. All right, that's one. Job done. Hey, you did enough.
No, Shannon, bro, just tuck in a corner.
QT gets his 3rd kill, takes out the Viper. You ain't got nothing to work with. What can Brinks do? Can Brinks do?
Dude, he caught the end of the flash.
But it's
he caught the end of the flash here. I mean, it's a nice omen, TP. Flash play, to be honest.
Map 1.
He just caught the end of the Phoenix flash.
Round 10, round 30,
I mean, I don't blame you after that round.